it's time to make some money, or should I say it's time to make some more money within the virtuals ecosystem. I'm going to be updating you guys on what's been taking place over the course of the last few days and what's going to happen in the next 3 days. You need to pay attention, guys. This is the date we've been waiting for. We've been waiting for this particular project to go live because the best is yet to come, and it's going to happen in about 3 days. And I really want to prepare you guys for this. And let's reflect on what we said, right? What was going to happen and what we believed in, and let's see what the results are. So first, if you're new here, make sure you like, subscribe, but more importantly, smash the bell notification buttons so you don't miss out on exclusive content like this that's going to put you ahead of the crowd when it comes to the next best thing in crypto. And right now, there's nothing out there that's consistently making people money like the Genesis launches on the Virtuals protocol. I see in the comment section there's a lot of new people here, maybe to crypto, maybe to the Virtuals ecosystem or base, and I'll tell you guys at the end of the video how you go about getting points, okay? And a little bit of an overview on what the Virtuals platform is and how all of that works, okay, guys? So let's get on with the content. So right here, guys, we're looking at a couple of different things here, right? So over here is the Genesis launches and what took place. These are all of the Genesis launches that successfully migrated and has ended or are currently being traded, okay? And yeah, this is them all here. And guys, really and truly, they've been really damn good. This did 100x. This did what? I think it's at a 30x now. This did like something like 22x. This was one of our picks. But let's dive a little bit deeper, right? And, you know, this is the video right here. 7 days ago, exactly 1 week ago, this was before we knew how these projects were going to perform. And I think right now it's very basic knowledge that, yeah, they're printing, right? That's not alpha anymore. But 7 days ago, a week ago, that was some crazy alpha. That was quite the statement to make. And to really deliver upon that and then some, it's just really a beautiful thing. And here's the video once again on May 2nd, okay? And look at WIM right now, guys. This is wild. WIM is trading at, right now, 7 million market cap. It was the most oversubscribed in terms of participants as well. So the word is definitely getting out there, and it's going to be more challenging and a little bit more harder when you're competing with other people to get yours, right? You know, when there's more people coming into these things, it's a bit more challenging. But on the flip side, on the positive side, there's more liquidity. So, you know, that's always a good thing as well. So if we really look at the market cap of these things here, when we come up, currently, the market cap for the Genesis launches is 216,000 right now. And as we all know, that is all indicative of the price of virtuals. So let's just do some basic math on that to see what we get. So let's just call it 7 million, make it easy, nice and round, divided by, at the time, we'll give it 220,000, okay? Because I think it was a little bit higher for WIM. Look at that, guys. That's a 31.8x from the Genesis starting market cap. Or in other words, if you were to invest into WIM in the Genesis round, your price or market cap is 220,000. Right now, it's 7 million. So that's your price. And as I just did the math for you, that works out to be 31.8x. So if you times 31 by the allocation you got, which you could only get a maximum of 566 units worth of virtuals. Remember, virtuals is the native cryptocurrency of the Virtuals protocol. It's roughly about $1,000 right now. Do the math. Okay, you just made 31K. Okay, almost 32. $31,800 is what that works out to be. Okay, guys, that's what we're talking about over here. Obviously, you need points, and I'll get to that near the end of the video. Okay, let's move on here. Gloria was one that went live 2 days ago, and this also performed really well. Okay, this went to a market cap of 7 million as well. So give or take, it did the same thing, about a 30x at the all-time high. Okay, all-time high. And mind you, people could sell right now. They have all the time in the world to sell if they wanted to. Obviously, you'll get penalized, but hey, pick, choose what you want. You can't get best of both worlds. If you're going to sell, there's repercussions to that, but at least you made money. But if you want to hodl to get more points, well, you could get more points for the next, bullish project, which is happening in about, 24 hours. And then there's another more bullish one happening right after that. So it's a win-win situation. We'll get into all of that near the end of the video. So yeah, what else we got going on over here, right? So these are the upcoming launches. As you can see, these are the tabs over here. So what's on the table? I'm not really interested in much. By the way, this is a full-fledged scam. Okay, this was confirmed that it's a scam by Vader on his Twitter account, so do not interact with this at all. Do not throw your money at this. You will be scammed. Okay, guys? So I'm not really interested in anything here other than two projects that really stand out like an eyesore. Okay? Bernie AI straight up is going to print. Axel Rod, which comes up in about 3 days, is going to print. Like, this guy's going to do a lot of gains. This guy's going to do a lot of gains too. Minimum 30x, 30. Minimum 30x, brah. Okay? But let's get into the inner workings of what Bernie AI is about. So, Bernie, fresh off of its top 10 win at the Virtuals Protocol Hackathon and show-stopping debut at ETH Global, is revolutionizing developer feedback through AI-powered code critique that educates while entertaining. Right there, it separates himself from most of the AI agents, in my humble opinion. Okay, and it gets, when it comes to the hackathon, right? We don't really see that too often with these AI agents being launched. And I think this is why a lot of people, including myself, is revering this AI agent in higher regard in comparison to what's out there, at least, right? We got some of the team members here. If you go to their Twitter, it looks like they are doxxed. But knowing that they went through the hackathon here, that gives them a lot of credibility as well. You know, you could imagine that, you know, they've been, you know, they're not doxxed in person when they're at these hackathons, right? But there's an intriguing aspect to this AI agent that really caught my attention. And that is right here, okay? This vibe coding challenge thingamajigum, okay? So vibe coding challenge, or VCC, the world's first hackathon series judged entirely by an AI agent. So you guys know what hackathons are, right? That's where a group of developers would go and showcase what they're building or their skills in that particular discipline. Right? That's what happens, and they get first prize, second and third, etc. So it showcases the skill sets of developers, right? Now they're saying this is judged by entirely AI agents. So this is a whole new different type of hackathon that I think is really going to showcase the cutting edge technology of artificial intelligence and machine learning. This is where we're going into the evolution of it now, okay? And this is what it should be. I think Wave 1 of Virtuals, which took place in December and the first week of January, really showed us what was possible with AI agents. But right now, we know what's possible. We want to see the 2.0. We want to see agents collaborating together. We want to see agents working in an economy, right? We want to see agents coding together and building products, right? And that's apparently what Bernie could do here, right? With this, you know, vibe coding challenge and all these things. And he gives feedback. So I think it's really a sophisticated AI agent compared to what we're normally used to. Okay? If that makes sense. It's an upper echelon sort of AI agent is what I'm trying to say here, guys. All right? So let's carry on with his Twitter and check this out, guys. 2 hours ago, the Bernie Vibe Coding Challenge is on. And we're teaming up with, who is this? IRYS. Okay, the data chain unlocks. I've never heard of them, but I'll give them a follow. Okay, to take it up a notch. Trust me, it's going to be more entertaining than your Netflix queue. Okay, so May 11th, 2025, I believe that is tomorrow at 4 p.m. UTC time, 9:30 p.m. IST, 12 p.m. EST. Mark your calendars, grab your popcorn, set the reminder, stay tuned. Definitely something I would like to partake in or observe for sure to see how all of this works. But he has things planned ahead, and it's really great because now, you know, people or token holders has something to look forward to, or they have a reason to hold their tokens, right? So it's a working product, and he's going to start to showcase the things that he could do that's going to differentiate himself from the other AI agents. At least that's how I see it. That's how I'm taking all of this in, and hella bullish. Once again, you need to have points. You need to have virtual cryptocurrency. You need to have Ethereum on Base or BASE-ETH. Okay, guys, I went over that in previous videos. I'm noticing a lot of people are asking these basic questions, okay? So that's why I am bringing these things up, all right? Axel Rod, bro, this is like, honestly, guys, I don't know, man. This is the next best thing, bro, since AIXBT. I don't know how else to put it, in my humble opinion. I think this guy has a real shot out of all of the agents we saw so far on this Genesis launch. Axel Rod really has probably the best shot of making it to 100 million when it's all said and done. You know, when the real bull run kicks in later on this year or within the next couple of months, Bitcoin's at 103K. Nobody thought that was going to happen so soon. I don't think Bitcoin was going to recover that soon over 100K when it went down to 74K. And all of these things coming together, with the perfect storm. I think a project like Axel Rod, if anyone could do it, it's him, And people might say, well, that's kind of impossible. Well, when you think about it, in Wave 1, prior to the bullish times of Wave 1, Vader AI was there, Luna was there, EIXBT was there, and all these other, Taucat and stuff. Taucat, I don't think, did Taucat go over 100 million? I can't remember. I think he was pretty close to it. But Vader did, Luna did, EIXBT obviously did. And at one point in time, they were below 100 million market cap, right? And then as time progressed and the word got out and people knew about AI agents, they started to pop. So I feel like we're kind of like the market has reset and we're back to those, low times where the awareness isn't out there as yet, although it is, piling up each day. The mind share is, and I think when that starts to snowball, this is when money comes in and these things grow huge valuations. And obviously not all of them are going to grow, but the ones like Axel Rod and Bernie, bro, I think Axel Rod definitely has a shot out of all of these guys to reach 100 million. And I think Bernie's a runner-up, right? So that's what I'm really looking at here. I'm looking at what's going to be the next 100 million market cap AI agent to come out of virtuals in the next few months. And, this guy definitely catches my eye. All right, guys. Obviously, this is the owner behind it, AIXVC on Twitter. Check him out and all of that stuff. The token economics for him isn't set as yet, and that will come out, right? So Virtuals has added a new feature that shows us how long the tokens are locked for. So Bernie AI is 15 days, right? And Axel Rod, he did not create his token economics just yet, but I think that should be coming out within the next day or two because, he only has 3 days until you start to pledge. So that should be out very shortly. Okay, guys? And look, man, bro, we could go and break down fucking token economics, but let me tell you, at this point, we could go over this, right? But certain things overrides token economics. So public sale, 37.5%, liquidity pool, 12.5, that's standard, treasury, 10%, ecosystem, 5, so 30%, 15-day cliff, followed by immediate unlocks, okay? And that's what that unlock green notification is telling us. Team, 20% 1 month cliff. Okay, cool. Investors, 20% 1 month cliff. But I would just say, man, knowing that how these guys start at low market caps, knowing that how they got something locked up at least for the first month, knowing that it's evenly distributed across the community, knowing that there's max allocations, knowing that you need points and it's hard to get these points, or you got to work for your points, I should say, you don't need to look too much into where's every single token going. It's you're going to overanalyze it and you're going to miss it on easy money, bro. I think that's what happened with RWAI. People overanalyzed RWAI, saying that how the team has so much tokens and blah, blah, blah. And the thing still did 25x or something, right? So I won't overanalyze unless it's a full-fledged scam and there's red flags like that. That's different. Where you think they're going to completely rug and you got evidence to support that. But if it's something where, there's this token's going here, that's just community churn. Let's just not blow things out of proportion. That's all. All right. Or else you're going to miss it on some gains. All right. So how do you actually get this? As I said, you need a virtual cryptocurrency to get into the Genesis launch. You need Ethereum base, okay, for gas. And you also need points. So let me just share my screen here and show you guys what I tweeted yesterday. So yesterday I tweeted, I made a shit ton of trades yesterday and was rewarded with over 75,000 Virgin points for trenching. To win the game, you must first understand the rules. And I showed a picture of my daily points distribution, okay? And it's broken down like this. I got 104,000 points, guys. That's quite a lot, to be honest. That's the most I've ever gotten in one day. Vader points, 29,268. So I've been staking Vader for about 3 months now. So this was going back before the Genesis launch program or system was first introduced, because Vader had his own, launch pad over there that was printing as well with Billy Bets, the Swarm, and other projects that went live there. So I was already staking to get points to get into those projects, but it appears that they have canceled out the Vader points and replaced them with Virgin points. So now they have substituted the previous program or system with now the Virgin system, and I'm getting points over there. So that's where, these Vader points are coming from. And man, let me tell you, Vader staking seems to be a good way of getting points on a daily basis, okay? So that's something I'm going to share with you guys on how to do. Actually, I'll show you right now, okay? So if you go to vader.ai, you connect your wallet, you got Vader, okay? Vader on base, okay? This guy over here, cryptocurrency, you connect your wallet, and then you go to the stake area right there, and then you put how much you want to stake, right, of your Vader that you just purchased. You choose the duration, the staking period, 30 days, 90 days, 180 days, 360 days, and then you just, commit to that. And then you start to stake the very next day. You should be getting virgin points, okay, guys? That's how Vader staking works, okay? I have holder points, so I was holding, I think it was virtuals, which is 38 points. Something I want to bring up to you guys. Now, I think Vader, you get more points than if you were to hold virtuals. And think about it, right? There's so many more people out there holding Virtuals cryptocurrency, which is the native crypto of the Virtuals protocol, which is an AI agent to launch pad on base Ethereum layer 2. Since there's so many more people holding Virtuals, although, and I'm not 100% certain on what I'm about to say, although there may be more virgin points allocated to Virtuals holders, but there's so many more actual virtual holders, per person, you're going to get less points than even if there is a smaller amount of virgin points being allocated to Vader stakers. Although there's that much less Vader stakers, you will get more virgin points. And I think that's what's happening here, okay, with the with Vader stakers. So that's something you definitely want to look into if you want to rack up virgin points. And trenching, this was me just trading, bro. 75,183 points. Amazing. Love it. Thank you. And yeah, I was just pretty much trading Genesis launches, already existing sentient agents, holding virtuals and stuff like that. Obviously, the more volume you trade with or the more volume you hold with, the more trenching points you will get, okay? So I want to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about here in the back office. So if you click this points button, it's going to bring you to this back office. And then you can click this view points history link over here for a detailed breakdown on how many points you got and why and what it came from, okay? But down here, it really tells us how you can get these points. So yapping points by far is an easy way for you to get a shit ton of points, okay? I got 50,000 yapping points the day before, guys, for like a couple of tweets, okay? So how do you do this? Well, what you need to do is when you connect your wallet to the Virtuals website, which is app.virtuals.io, okay? I would leave the link for that in the description box. You will see a circle icon here. You click that circle icon, go to edit profile. When you go to edit profile, you can attach or link your Twitter account to this website. Once you've done that and you come back to this section over here, submit now, and you made a tweet on, virgin points on the Virtuals ecosystem or on Genesis launches, whatever it is, you made that tweet. You come here, you click the submit now button, okay? And you follow the very basic instructions over here, okay? Just continue. You will go to your tweet, copy and paste the link over here, press OK, obviously I don't have it, and then you need to put in on the next page your Twitter ID, and then click submit, and that's it. That's how you, participate in yapping. So essentially, if you're familiar with Kato, it's a very similar thing. You yap or you promote on Twitter, and you show proof of that by doing what I just demonstrated for you, and that way you could also get points. That's probably the no-risk best way to do this, to get a lot of points. And when you get points, you get allocation. And when you get allocation, you bank that coin, okay? So it's pretty damn straightforward. Join Genesis launches. So obviously that's self-explanatory. That's over here. You need to come and go to upcoming, and join these Genesis launches. Obviously do your homework. Make sure you're not getting into scams. Make sure you get into Bernie. Make sure you get into Axel Rod if you like making money. Okay, buy Genesis agents. So this means now you could buy this on the secondary market. Now, some people were asking me, or I saw in the comment section, what does he mean by secondary market? Since the Genesis round is like, let's call it the pre-sale round. Okay, that's like the first round or the pre-market round. Well, a secondary market is when it actually goes live on Virtuals. Okay, so don't really look into that too deep. Just think of it as trading on Virtuals or trading on Uniswap. Okay, and this is what I mean by trading on the secondary. So, if we go Genesis launches, we go to ended. Okay, you could come here and all you have to do is click any one of these particular tokens that you're interested in. And here's your graph. And bro, this guy is fucking going bonkers, bro. Holy shit, bro. Stupid me said 5x. This guy's at like a 34x right now, bro. Holy crap, man. It's a beautiful time to be in the virtuals ecosystem. What can I say? Yeah, and here's where you trade. So you connect your wallet, your MetaMask or even Phantom that's loaded with base Ethereum, that's loaded with virtuals, or even base USDC, and you could go about trading all of this all day long. So this is base USDC, base Ethereum, and virtuals on base, of course, right? And that's it. And just like how you trade on Radium with these Solana tokens, it's the same way you go about trading here. Same exact. This is a AMM, a swap exchange, guys. Okay, so you go from virtuals to WIM, or maybe you got base USDC to WIM, or maybe you got Ethereum on base or base Ethereum, and then you just put in how much you want, 1 ETH worth, 2 ETH worth, what have you. That's what I mean by trading on the secondary. Okay, guys. So yeah, that's pretty much what they mean by buy Genesis agents on the secondary. Okay. Or join Genesis launches, which was, pretty much in the pre-sale, getting it at a very low market cap with your points. Now, trade virtuals agents. I'll show you guys what that is. That is right here. You could go to AI agents. That's sentient agents right here. I would not mess with this bullshit here. Do not mess with this crap here. I'm not messing with it. Don't mess with it. You'll lose your money. Okay, so sentient agents over here. This is where the established agents are. And ain't that a beautiful thing to see Vader at 46 million market cap? Damn. So game, Vader, whatever. Any agents over here. Kosher AI XBT, what have you, man. This is where, Simpson, this is what they're talking about in that particular section, okay? And by the way, sorry, all you have to do, I forgot we got new people here, is click it, and then the chart graph and the trading interface would populate for you. And then you come over here and you choose your cryptocurrency, what you want to trade with. Okay, guys? What else you could do? Trade virtuals agents, hodl virtuals. So that is virtuals cryptocurrency. All you have to do is hold that in your MetaMask. Vader points. Okay, I told you guys, this is essentially staking Vader. So stake Vader tokens. I already showed you guys how to do that over here. And stake recognized agents. Yeah, so there's a list of other agents that you could hold and then stake other than Vader. And they have that for us over here, which we'll go to shortly. Hodl agents. So you could also hodl agent tokens in your MetaMask wallet, whether that's the sentient agents, that's the Genesis agents, whatever it is. So this is the list of agents you could also stake. So AIXCB, okay, you got Kosher, AI Rocket. Look, the list goes on. Zavi, etc., etc. Okay, guys. So this is what I have for y'all. Okay, our picks, our 5 picks, were on fire. This was before we knew what was going to happen with these Virgin, projects or Genesis launch projects. We showed you guys RWAI. We said I was going to do 5x or more. The thing did 24x. We showed you guys Nyko. Said that I was going to do 10x or more. That thing did well over 10x. It did, I think it was 29x, something like that. WIM is the latest one to go live yesterday. Said I was going to do a 5x. That mofo is at a 34x right now. And we got Bernie AI up next, okay, going live in about 2 days. And then after that, we got Axel Rod. I showed you guys how to get your points. In my next video, I'll also share with you guys some other information on the tool you need to use to really get these things very fast. Much faster than most people, at least. Be on the lookout for that video, and I wish everybody luck. So they hadn't really much left to say other than, until my next video, your ass is on your own, bro. Later.
Francis Dhun, Uncensored.